And ask yourself that, is this coming from love, or am I just uncomfortable with this choice because it is not aligning with my mindset? Or worse, if this is hurting my ego. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vyoma. It's another beautiful day today, and I wanted to talk about something that is very close to my heart. You guys must have heard of this phrase, live and let live. For me, this phrase has been more than just a motto. This is a phrase, this is like a thumb rule that I have lived by my entire life, or at least for as long as I can remember. Not always perfectly, of course, but instinctively. Because this is not something that I picked up along the way. Since my childhood, I remember that I always used to live, or at least aspire to live my life freely and just own my choices and live the way I want to. And I had no problem in accepting the choices other people are making. My friends, my teachers, my parents, my siblings, whoever is making whatever choice, I was always okay with it because I was always very optimistic that something good is going to come out of it. So that never used to really bother me. And even as a child, I could not understand why I used to find some people being so obsessed about fixing other people, always wondering why the other person is making these choices, why the choices are not aligning with their own certain values. And I often used to notice people arguing over tiniest of things, like what is their favorite color, what are they wearing, what is their religious belief, what kinds of food they like. I didn't understand that why was it so important for other people to match their choices with everyone. Like, what is the need for that? Because that pressure, that is the result because of which some people, they undergo peer pressure and they make some choices because of peer pressure. This idea, this motto, this became my lens. The way I saw the world, the way I used to see life. I didn't have a name for this feeling. I didn't know about this phrase in my childhood, but it always used to guide me. It was always my motto, and it shaped my responses. It shaped my judgments, my empathy, and it protected my peace. So I learned about this phrase, live and let live, about 10 or 12 years ago. It was someone's Facebook status. Back in the day, everyone used to update status on their Facebook profile, and I read this on someone's profile, live and let live, and I said, that's interesting. I should read more about this. And apparently, it's not just a feel-good modern saying. Versions of this phrase go back centuries in German, French, and Dutch languages. The English version appeared as early as 1600s in the collection of Proverbs and Wisdom. And in every single version, it meant the same thing. Coexist without control. Live your truth, own it, but let others to live like that as well. There's something timeless in that, isn't it? A thread that connects generations and cultures over this simple idea that I can live freely, so can you. And it doesn't cost me anything to allow that, to live with this principle. In fact, it saves me from a lot of negativities. In today's world where everyone wants to feel more validated, have reactions to everything, they want to be correct in everything, this motto, it's a good anchor to have. It's a calming, steady voice which says that you don't need to control it. You don't need to understand everything. You just need to let people be, let things be, and accept it. And now, why do I say it's a savior? Because it saves me from resentment. It saves me from the emotional chaos of trying to manage other people and their choices. From spiraling if someone is making a different decision, or if they are choosing a different path, or if their values are not really aligning with mine, their decisions are not aligning with mine. It just stops me from that botheration. This one simple idea has allowed me to love people as they are and stop changing them the way I want them to be. And when you live like that, something beautiful happens. Your relationships, they soften up. You stop competing. You stop correcting. Instead, you start observing them. You start learning from them. And you start accepting them. I instantly just remembered two films that echo the same spirit. One film is The Intouchables. I hope you guys have seen this film. It's a French comedy drama film. This is a story of two different men who are from entirely two different worlds, but they come together and they just allow themselves, basically they allow each other to just be. This story stayed with me because it is made so beautifully, and it taught me that how the most unlikely connections can bring sometimes so much joy and peace into your life if we can only learn to stop trying to reshape people in our own image. There's another very interesting movie, Little Miss Sunshine. It's an American comedy drama film God, this movie is so chaotic. It's such a messy film, but towards the end, it shows that how the characters, they just ultimately learn and accept each other with all their idiosyncrasies. It has a very nice ending and it's a very messy film, but I absolutely loved it. No edits and totally unfiltered. These stories, whether they are fictional or not, they teach us so much. They explore real emotions and they always come back to this lesson that we don't have to understand someone to live with them, to coexist with them, to accept them, to hold space for them. Of course, live and let live doesn't mean that anything goes. It's not passive. It's not about tolerating harm. It's not about being a pushover or just keep tolerating someone's unethical behaviors. It means you hold space with wisdom. You can say no without hatred. You can walk away without bitterness. You can protect yourself while still wishing well for the other person on their journey. It's about mature compassion, not naive permissiveness. Think about Nelson Mandela, for instance. He stood up against this unjust system, but he never let his spirit go down or become negative or vengeful. He truly understood that you can stand tall without making someone else small. What I have learned over the years is that people will always be different to you. Your close-knit family members will also be very different from you. And they may make different choices. They may want to live a fast life while you want to live a slow life. Or they want to make risky choices while you don't. Or they want to stay secured while you don't. And sometimes they may end up hurting you, affecting you, but most of the times not out of any malice. It's simply because their journey doesn't align with your journey. And instead of trying to wrestle life into your version of right, you can simply let go. You can still care deeply, you can still love deeply, you can still stand for your own values, and you can still stand for something. But stop carrying this impossible burden of changing situations or people. It's liberating, it's healing, and it's surprisingly magnetic. Have you heard of this term radical acceptance? It's used in therapy, especially dialectical behavior therapy. And it basically means accepting everything. Not because you approve of everything, but wrestling with it is only giving you more pain. Live and let live, it's radical acceptance in motion. It says I can disagree with you and still let you be. I can think differently and still wish you well. I don't have to shrink or dominate to coexist. So how can you live by this motto? I highly recommend you start practicing softness, especially in your thoughts. Catch yourself when you are judging someone for something harmless. Pause when you are about to offer some unsolicited advice. Note the tone in your voice when someone is making a different life choice. And ask yourself that is this coming from love? Or am I just uncomfortable with this choice because it is not aligning with my mindset? Or worse, if this is hurting my ego. You don't need to be perfect at it, just try. Start in small places, start at home, start with family, friends, the relations that you have built with people through social media also. Start by being a person who says that I wouldn't have done this way, or I won't do it this way, but I respect that you are doing it this way. Or maybe that's not my path, but I hope this brings you joy. Or maybe that I don't understand this fully, but I'm ready to listen. I'm ready to understand. I'm listening. You will be surprised how it diffuses the tension and how much lighter you feel inside. And when you begin to live this way, something amazing happens. People around you feel safe with you. They open up with you. They laugh more. They tend to share things with you that they perhaps may not want to share with others because they feel safe with you. They know in the back of their minds that you are not going to fix them up. You are only going to give them a safe space to share their feelings. You know what? In return, you feel freer. You will feel more connected. You will feel less tangled in the things that are not even yours to hold. Live and let live, it's not just a line. It's a way of breathing, of letting go, of showing up. So if there's one thing I would love for you to take from this, it's a simple reminder. You don't have to understand someone to respect them. You don't have to agree with someone to coexist with them. And you do not have to lose yourself. You don't have to lose your mind just because someone else is making a different choice. Live fully and let others do the same. And in that space in between, you might just find the piece that is missing. Let this motto not just sit on your wall. Let it become the way you live. Let it become the safe space between you and your relationships. And in the way you forgive them, even if you don't understand them. Because that's where freedom begins. And this is true freedom. And maybe that's also a starting point of your healing. Thank you for listening to me, guys. This is something that I just wanted to share with you guys because I've always lived by this motto, and I always like to hold the space for other people to learn more about them, to understand them as best as I can. I'm not the best of people, but I really believe in this motto and I live by this motto. So I wanted to share my views with you, and I would love to listen to what you guys have to say on this, and if there is any motto you guys live by, I would love to know you all. So yes, please share in the comment section what you feel about this video, what are your views on this, and if you like this video, please hit the like button, please subscribe to my channel for more content like this, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.